Hello everybody, I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or great night. And before jumping into the charts, don't forget to smash the like button, share with your friends, subscribe as well. Remember, I'm recording these videos for you guys, and you guys can show some appreciation, okay? So let's go. First things first, we have a few things outside of the crypto market to talk about. Then we will jump into XRP, and let's take a better look again. So, the trial, the judge granted the plus 2 months of discovery, and which will send us straight into January 1st, second week. Okay, so this is one thing. The other thing is till the outcome from the trial, I don't think, but it is only my opinion, it's not technical evidence. I think it is unlikely to see new all-time highs. But in the other hand, the kind of structure that we have right now shows me a new all-time high target, which is going to be the early stages of a bull break. So it's kind of a crossroads, and so far, everything that I did, I still end up with two scenarios, and that's not the best spot to be. That's not what we want. So yeah, later on I will talk about quickly about Bitcoin and Ethereum and what I think it is going to happen. So just for you guys to have an idea, for the first time in the crypto market, we have three different, let's say, sectors. Okay, so we have Bitcoin, we have the ERC20 tokens, and if we can say the trash basket, which is the scammy tokens and lucky tokens, food tokens, doggy, birds, all those things. If we can manage a basket, that's the path to ruin basket. Okay, but still, three things that we have to take a look. Just a second. Okay. So about these three sectors, if we can, or three baskets, I strongly believe we are going to have bull breaks. Some will be contained without new highs. A few others we are going to have new highs. And again, coins like old projects like XRP, the other one that I talked about, I believe it is possible to see the bull break around or after March. Okay, when I look at the structures, because patterns have they have fundamentals behind it, especially time. And when I look at them, multiple ones, I don't see it happening in the next couple of days. But this is only a clue. It's not everything that we can look at and say, okay, this is it. Okay, because if I say so, it is going to be wrong. I will be lying. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk with you guys is this. I was measuring XRP again, right? So over and over and over again. This is the chart that I have more hours than any other chart. Okay, so I'm very, very familiar with XRP behavior and etc. So all the methods that I applied on XRP on the before 2017, before the bull break, so far three different methods, all of them returned something around 1 in 40 and 1 in 60 dollars. And we know XRP went straight to 3 and 32. So if I said back in the day, just for you guys to have an idea, you will understand what I want to reach here, what I want to reach here. Back in the day, if I call it this target, I would be wrong by 170%, which can be painful, right? So let's say if you can make $500,000, sorry, if you can make actually $1,200,000, and you only make, let's say, 500,000, it's bad. Of course it's bad. Okay, you could make way more. And if this is going to give you retirement or not, it's still bad because it's a lot of money. It's better to have this money into our pockets than into other people's pockets. Another thing, you guys are not going to see any pro out there, any, trying to nail tops and bottoms. So this is fortune teller stuff. This is not accurate. That's not how we do. Okay, that's why these folks, they end up wrong, and then they try again and keep trying, because their followers will keep asking about it, right? So they want to know. So it's the spoon feed generation, unfortunately. But so, considering those targets, I will presume that any number that I achieve, it is going to be wrong by at least 100%. Okay, so this is how I am considering the targets given by structures. Okay, targets are based on math, not on opinions. Okay, so all these things said, let's take another look on the previous things that we talked about. Let's go into everything. So we know that we have a strong, very strong, it's not something simple, bullish divergence. Okay, so volume always precedes price. So this is a law. Okay, there's no way to avoid such thing. And this thing is happening because the smart money sees. They can see. So if I can see, they can see as well. Okay, that's a big move is coming. Okay, and we are almost there. What we don't know is how the early stages are going to play out, or are going to happen. So we don't know this at this moment. That's why it is one step at a time. Each step will give us enough clues for the next one, and then we can make calls in advance. So back in the day, we talked about this divergence here, which was the first, and we were right, even especially after the COVID, the C19 dump in the markets. And yeah, so we were right. Back in the day, we were spot on. This was a bullish divergence, and it still is. And the one that we have right now, it's much bigger than the previous one. Way, way bigger. We are talking about, folks, a almost 400% divergence, close to 400%. This is insane. I never seen anything like this in my whole life in any asset out there. Okay, so for the macro structure here, for the whole, do we have a full setup to call targets? No, we don't. But can we speculate on such things? Yes, we can. So so we are here on the weekly. Let's check it out right now. So I'm going to use a tool here that it's not 100% accurate. The reason that I talked about just a few seconds ago about the 100% about being wrong by 100 or 150%, right? So that's the tool can be close, but not that close, you know. That's why we have to use our perception, sorry, and looking for other clues as well. It can be into a single thing, okay? So just for you guys to have an idea, and then I will explain again why any number around 5, 17, 13, 20, it is not even close to what is going to happen, okay? So here we end up with $1.68. As we know, XRP went up to $3.30. So it's 100% plus wrong. Okay, that's why I'm considering other things. Okay, to have a better idea for my strategy. Just for you guys to have an idea, if we, let's say, if we had a target to $100, and if we are right about 100% plus, we are talking about $220, $250. Okay, I believe you guys can see what is the point here. So now, if we do the same thing, just in a gross way, just for you guys to have a quick idea, this is math projection. Okay, there are other things. So this is not a fancy tool. Okay, that oh, okay, so we do this and that's it, and it's simple. No, it is not. It's just for a quick reference. Okay, there is many things involved here, and there are at least 3-4 different ways to achieve a something close to a target. Okay, and by the way, there is no such thing as price prediction. Okay, this is bullshit. What we have is price forecast. Price forecast is a tool for technical analysis to take a look into projections and etc. Price prediction is claptrap stuff. Okay, we don't have this in real technical analysis. So now, oops, it's broken. Just a second. Let me see, because I'm using the log scale, so it is going to have a little difference here. So let me see. Okay, so let's draw the line here because this thing will probably break. Okay, so here we end up with $327. But I know that each time that I move the chart after placing the tool, it will return a different number. So this is a trick thing about this tool. So the prime number that I have is close to 280. Okay. Now, so let's make round numbers to make this easy. Let's jump into 200. Just a second, folks. $200. So if I have a margin for error that I know usually it happens over and over and over, okay, by 100% plus, we are talking about $400 plus, which can be $450, $480, $500. Okay. So another thing. So let's go back. Some people will say, "Oh, but it's not accurate. It is not fair. It is not. It is impossible." Actually, the numbers that they found, based on broken fundamentals and broken, violated, disturbed tools. Okay. So, for example, there are persons who are changing the Fibonacci tool, which is totally wrong. Okay. And the fact is, all the targets that they found are not accurate. Okay, so we talked about this in the last video. I explained it. I proved it's wrong. So it's there. You guys can take a look. It's math versus cultist bullshit, if I'm not wrong. You guys can check it out. Okay. So what we could learn from the past, not only for crypto past, but in the history of stock markets and etc. Again, remember my words, pay close attention. This is important. I'm not saying XRP will go straight up from here. We are going to take a closer look into the 4-hour chart, the daily. Then you guys will have a better idea. So I'm not saying it's shooting up. What we are going to talk about here is this. Let's take a look on the broken fundamentals. how they were achieved, and then we are going to have a better understanding of what is going to happen, and then you guys can take your conclusions. So just a second. Uh, ch -ch -ch -ch. Okay, so let's use a different number here. I'm not using, I won't use my tool here. So this is the targets that those people are talking about. But again, their fundamentals are wrong, and other people who are talking about these targets, they have no idea. Okay, so just a second, please. So let's go. This range, folks, this range, it's inside the first leg. It's not the first leg. It's inside, which is totally different. Okay. So now let's take a look on everything that is going to happen inside this range, which is right here. And this is not support resistance stuff. As you guys know, I don't use this approach. It's very gross, not accurate at all. So this is the let's call it bad decisions range. Bad decisions, average Joe. Okay, so what is going to happen inside this range? And here we will be talking about human psychology, okay? So one of the first things that we will have here is people who bought XRP in this range all the way down, people that are underwater, people that are afraid, people that are hurt, people that follow guys who have no idea about technical analysis, and they truly believe this is going to be the honey spot. We have people afraid, and this is the most absurd thing. Some of them are saying that XRP is going to make a marginal new high, and right after is going into a multi-year bear. This is absurd. It's completely nonsense. I bet my shoes, I bet all my tools, I bet everything. That's not how this is going to unfold, and I have no doubt about this. Okay, if any of these guys want to have a live stream with me to talk about technical analysis and fundamentals, I'm open for a debate. Okay, it is impossible. That's not how markets behave. That's not the mechanics of bull breaks. Goes on and on and on and on. So we have all those kind of persons that are hurt, that are deep into anxiety, in doubt, in fear, that are hurt, people that are underwater, people that don't know what to do right after Bitcoin jumps into a new high. And so all those people, what is going to happen? We will see the crowds. So it's like this, folks. When someone is in doubt and don't know what to do, they will jump the crowds because they will feel comfortable by doing what others are doing as well when they have no idea what is going on. Okay, people who knows what is going to happen and how it happens, they will wait for the average Joe to leave, because we know that right after. So let's say, for example, right here, they will figure out the mistake that they made. They will start to feel depressed and, okay, so I made a bad decision, it's going up, I will try again, and they will buy the high. again. So the same thing that people they did right here, they are going to do to make those same decisions again over and over and over and over. So we know this by a matter of fact. And at first, it is likely to see some kind of traction around this range for reasons. One of the reasons is the tool that I developed. It shows how price and volume and people will behave around those levels. So this is a fact, it is not a theory. And I am the only guy on the crypto market that has this know-how about price discovery. And just for you guys to have an idea, the unique tools that I developed, not even BlackRock, Vanguard, or Warren Buffett have access to this knowledge. They don't, okay? So I can say that I have a much better understanding about price discovery than those people, okay? Of course, there are other ways, other methods, but this one that I developed, it's unique. So we will see some traction, small traction in this range. And then people will say, oh, you know, yeah, this is it. We were right. Oh, sold everything because now multi-year bear and all this nonsense. And then XRP will just leave all of them behind. Okay, that's exactly how this is going to unfold. Another technical way to look at this is on Elliott waves. Sorry, guys. All these pseudo or technical analysts, they're always talking about Elliott waves and drawing gas lines in the future. You know, so this is the nonsense. This is fortune teller stuff, and that's not how Elliott waves is used. But what they don't know. So a simple thing. Let me show you here a simple thing to give you a better understanding about the things we are talking about. So this is a very basic setup for any bull break, okay, any bullish trend. So this is the range where the smart money is jumping in, right? This move right here is this range right here. Bad decisions, average Joe who has no idea what's going on, they are going to sell and leave. We go down, they will feel confident. And what they will be expecting? Multi-year bear, XRP down to 20 cents, XRP to 10 cents, 50 cents. But then no, they are left behind. So they are going to exchange all their coins for people who know what's going on, that will be waiting patiently for them to sell. Then they buy, and we go down. The average Joe is happy because he believes XRP will keep going down, but XRP goes up. And this wave right here, the wave number three is the most aggressive wave, is the most profitable wave, is the most profitable range into any market, any asset. That's exactly where the people who sold here, they will jump in again. Where? Right here. All the way up. Then we go down. What they are going to say? Oh my God, XRP is done. I bought the top. I gotta sell. I gotta sell because I can't survive this downside movement. And if it is a multi-bear and it is going down, I can support this. I can go through this stuff again, and then they sell. They sell again. As the first few red candles that they are going to see, they will sell in panic. And then the smart money will be willing to buy patiently. And then they will say, okay, this is the loser's rally. We are going down. And then multi-bear, blah, blah, blah. 20 cents, I will say. One of the interesting things here is that people who has no clue about technical analysis, they are already saying that they will sell their XRP at $13. They will dump their bags and then buy back again in 20 cents. This is the most absurd thing ever in technical analysis, okay? So they won't be able to endure the pain, the doubt. Many of them will sell again. Some will wait for a small move here, then they will say, oh, this is the dead cat bounce, I'm leaving. Then we go up again, and then they will say, okay, XRP is going to move. All those opium dealers will be talking about, oh, XRP will keep going for years, and the moon, and the space shuttle. And then all those people triggered by emotions, anxiety, fear, doubt, they will jump the crowd. Because the crowd will be doing what? They will jump in the high again. And then that's exactly how when we will be going down big time, and all those folks will be in a bad spot again. So it's the same thing happening over and over and over and over. And every time I see those folks talking about Elliott waves, and they have no idea about this. So it's just the same thing, folks, over and over and over and over. And this, it's likely to never change, okay? So this is one perspective, one side of how this is going to unfold, okay? So you still have time to prepare yourself, to prepare your mind, to work your patience, and to stay ready, okay? And yeah, so you still have time, okay? Now let's go back into, so let me see if there is nothing missing here. No. Oh, and by the way, this range right here, it is going to have another two things are going to happen here. Okay, so the first one, green, and the next one, red. Okay, so what is this? The green and the red will be both traps. We will have traps for sellers, and we will have trap for buyers, okay? Okay, so a lot of people will be buying and will be afraid because we can go down a little bit and they will be scared to death. And the ones that sold will be expecting the multi-year bear, which is totally absurd. We are at the early days on a bull break. How we can talk about multi-year bears? It makes no sense. It's totally absurd. Okay, and this, folks, is one of the reasons that I say to you, folks talking about such things, they have no idea. Okay, be aware. So it is going to be arranged for traps for both parties, the bulls and the bears. Why the smart money will be very comfortable? Because they have been buying since this range right here. And if you guys remember, we talked about this pattern right here, which by the day I call it out in advance. It's a bottom reversal structure. Okay, so how we can have a bottom reversal structure? We don't have a bull break so far, and how we can have a multiple year bear market, which is not even a bear market, it's a bearish trend, the word, at the early stages of a bull break. So the whole thing makes no sense at all. It's totally absurd. So now let's jump into smaller time frames. I don't want this video to be long. 3 days. Yes. Just a second, folks, please. Okay, let's go. We have, so the markets move by trees. There are patterns based on 3 or 21 or 12 or 201, 102, goes on and on and on. Okay, so we have the first one, bullish pattern, which is the bottom reversal structure. Then we have another one, and this one was the one that Fox being said. This is the trial. Okay. Oh, XRP is dying. XRP is going to 6 cents, to 10 cents. That's it. XRP will never go back to 50 cents and all this nonsense. But we knew that we had a bottom reversal structure and it wouldn't be breached. And we were right. I also recorded a video about price protection theory and I was correct about it. So here we have another bullish continuation pattern or structure or fractal, whatever the name you want to give it. And now what do we have again? Another bullish continuation structure. The difference is the time. Okay, so let me give you a better perspective here. Let's acknowledge the first one. Okay, so it ranges from February 20 to November 20. The second one, $55 was the honey spot. It was from November 20 to March 21. So it's way shorter than the previous one. And this one right here, let's take a look. So let's leave the line here because it's still open. It's not, we still don't have the outcome from here, but it's quite the same size as the bottom reversal one. Let's take a look. So it's from April till today, October. Another thing here. Okay, so we have bull after bull, and we still don't have a bull break. And by the way, this was the failed bull break back in the day when we had the news that we won't have a settlement on the trial, right? So it was bad news. Then we went down. I was expecting more downside, maybe 40, 34, based on Bitcoin, bear structure. Didn't happen. No problem. We still have room to go. And also another thing that interesting, we are buying and longing XRP since this range, exactly this range right here. We made a few moves here inside, a few quick ones, but a major one was here. Okay, and for some people who think, oh, and this is another interesting thing, so-called technical experts, analysts, they say that trade is not a big thing. Okay, but let me tell you, some folks close to me made millions of dollars trading. So a single trade. Okay, I'm not telling you this for you to be hyped or no, it is not about this. It's traders make more money than retail investors. This is a fact. Okay, this is a fact. So we have a lot of people trading and investing. Okay, so investment is a thing. Someone who invests for a living is a totally different thing. And we have different approaches, different rules, different sites, perspective, and so on and on and on. But so, about this structure that we have right here, if we apply that gross method, which is very gross, by the way, but it's still relevant, what does it give us? a possible scenario around $8, which is inside the average Joe, the Hackett box, or the Hackett square, or Hackett range. It makes sense. It's kind of a possible, but my only concern right now is, let's jump closer. So my only concern is, we don't know if we are going to have a settlement soon. It is possible. It is. But the judge just delayed the whole thing. So if the documentation will be ready by January, we are only most likely going to see the outcome from the trial around March. And for you guys that are not aware, March is the month of the bulls, when the bulls ride. Okay. And I also have other projects, other scenarios that I already made analysis that shows me that we have odds for another bull break or bullish continuation for different assets around March or even June next year. So the other thing, so we have two things here, two questions. We have a possible target around $8. But in the way, we have a natural limitation, which we talked about, which is 2 and 48. 2 and 48 is a strong lower high for XRP. So this is $3. This is 2 and 40. So this is a strong lower high. A bull break from here tells me, by the size, by the potential strength and velocity, that this is not going to be enough to stop XRP here. Okay, so I end up with two questions we talked about. I rather trust the charts. I always do. I don't care about what the news is. And from everything that I saw so far, I think, based on this development right here, which is a bullish continuation structure, that this is not going to be enough to stop XRP, a strong lower high. So if this is true, and XRP just blast the roof, then we are going to have the, so let's call this range the average Joe realm. Right here. And folks, we are not even talking about utility. We are not even talking about hedge funds jumping in. We are not even talking about banks moving money all over. We are not accounting as well the replacement of the Nostro Vostro accounts. 20, 13, 11, 7, 5. It's dummy targets, average Joe targets. Those people are never right about their decisions, okay? So we know that 92% of everybody in the markets, they're always making the worst decisions they could make. So these people, like it or not, they want or not, they're always making the worst decisions they can. Okay, because what's the reason? Because they don't have the technical knowledge to make their own decisions. So they follow the crowd, okay? Even if we try to help, even if we try to educate, even if we try to share something different, they don't care. They don't want to learn. They don't want to listen. Okay? So this is a thing that I talked about today on the Champions Club, which is we, every day, every little day, we are learning something new. Every day. And right now I'm working in a new tool. something new, unique. And I'm learning from it. Mm. Oh, sorry, guys. Forgive me. And also, what is going on in Bitcoin right now? It is going to be a big school. But all those people, the 5, 7, 80, 11, $13 folks, they don't care about learning. It's like they think they know everything. And that's not true. Okay? So try to do your own thing. You know, try to be able to make your own decisions, to do your thing. Okay? So yeah, so Fox, XRP is going up. The question is how much, not if. The when, I believe it's very, very, very close. Let me give you a different perspective here. It's I showed this to you before, so it's just a representation of a different study. Maybe someone will say, well, you can leave the line here. Yes, I can. Why? Even if I leave the line here, it's not going to change anything. Okay, I use different fundamentals here, and right now I'm using Elliott waves. So just the thing about this, a lot of people, they are always drawing the Elliott waves lines all over. When you know Elliott, you don't have to draw the lines. Okay, you don't. It's not necessary. Okay, so for example, I can chart anything without even touching the mouse or using trading view. It doesn't mean I will have the the best perspective, or it doesn't mean I will be right. But the fundamentals, the tools, I can apply just by looking at it. Okay, so people who knows, they know how to do their thing. People who doesn't know, they will write lines over and over and over, zigzag stuff over and over. Okay, so it is just a representation. Okay. Uh, when we look here on possible time frames, it can be later October, so next week, or the second week of November. But what do we have here on the way? We have the swell right here. So maybe they are going to share news that they made a settlement with the SEC folks. Maybe. Who knows? Or maybe they are going to make a big announcement. We don't know. Okay, we don't know. But what we know is that price action is showing to us that a big move is coming. Okay, no doubt about this. It's 100% going to happen. Now the only question is how to make the better the what is the word, Fox? It's how we can make the best out of it. Okay, and yeah. So, Fox, remember another thing. I'm not waiting to nail, trying to nail. I am in already. Okay, have longs already, and yeah. So. The way, one of the ways to be successful in the markets, folks. So this is the 80%, and here we have the 92%. We're talking about people in the markets. These people, this group of people, the crowd, they're always looking to make a mistake, a bad choice, and this is never going to change because people put money on the table when they have no knowledge, they don't know what they are doing, they keep speculating, they don't care to learn, they don't want to learn, they don't want to struggle, and they also don't want to, yeah, so a lot of things. And when we look, let me see if I can make a better example here? I think I can. Just a second. So let's say we are speculating here. I'm speculating a number. Don't forget this. Let's say we are talking about $500 around 2025, which I believe it's a very humble number. Okay. So this is going to be the 8% range. And now let's acknowledge the average Joe range. Which is between 5 and 20. Right here. So this is smart money, 8%. The ones who know the potential of XRP, not only XRP, the methodology that we use here, it's for everything else. And we've been right before on other things. So with XRP, it is not going to be different. It is 100, it is 200, it is 500, doesn't matter, okay? And this range right here, actually let me, so the 8%, and here is the range for 92% people make mistakes. And that's exactly how this is going to unfold once again. Folks, there is no way for this to change. For example, for this number to increase to 16, 24, 40, 50, never. Will never going to happen. Why? The big folks out there who are in control, they want people out. They don't want to split their profits and to have a lot of people involved. So all the way up, we will see this group, this group of people making bad choices. And this will never change. Okay, I would say the word unfortunately, but this is the survival of the fittest, and this will never change. Okay, so and to be honest, I had enough trying to help those people. They don't listen, they don't care, they think they know everything, and so that's it. Okay, I had enough. I will keep doing my thing. I will focus on my research, my studies, and life goes on, right? Just a second. And I think this is it for now. I think we talked about a lot of things right here. About XRP and BTC pair will be triggered by XRP bull break. We don't know if it will stop here to 40 or if it's moving straight, but that's the trigger for XRP BTC is XRP USD. Okay, so this is the way. What else? XRP dominance is a straight bull. There is no deny. It's looking great, and it is going to pump as well, which it is going to be a reflex of all the new money that is entering XRP and all the money that is in the market that will change from other coins and tokens and jump into XRP. So we are talking about multiples on top of multiples, okay? And yeah, so 50 minutes long video, folks. Sorry, should be a fast video, but there is no way to break all those things, consider all this stuff in 20-minute videos, okay? So forgive me if it's a long video. There is no way to make it short. Technical analysis is not something simple, okay? It's not for the... It's boring. Perhaps it's one of the words, okay? So there is no other way. It is hard, it is complex, there's a lot of things involved, and my analysis is not for dummies, okay? I really want that you guys can learn something, that you can fully understand and have a better idea, perspective of the things that are about to happen, okay? So again, thanks for your time, thanks for your support, thanks for your patience as well. Don't forget to blast the like button. You can do it for free. We only take a second. And yeah, so any news, any big thing, I will jump to update you guys, okay? And so this is it for now. And thank you again, and I will see you guys soon. See ya.